Bruce, are you okay? Talk to me, Banner.
Thanks to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, everyone knows the functionality of the Infinity Gauntlet. IT is indeed one of the most important tools and even weapons in the Marvel Universe. Although the Infinity Gauntlet is usually associated with Thanos, this is quite normal. Some of the Marvel characters we know very well have also had the chance to wear the Infinity Gauntlet. With Avengers Endgame, we saw that the Infinity Gauntlet could be used by someone other than Thanos, but we all know how heavy the price was.
Maybe smash a few things along the way.
I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
Number 5, Hulk. In Endgame, we saw our Green Giant living in peace with his inner maniac.
And now look at me. Best of both worlds.
And we know he's wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. IT wasn't a successful attempt, but it was worth a shot. Maybe he didn't have to be so at peace with his inner monster to use it anyway. This Green Giant didn't just wear the gauntlet in the movie. IT was also featured in issue 25 of the comic book Ultimate Comics The Ultimates. In this comic book, where the plot is excellent and the development of the events in the story is just as fluid and entertaining, superheroes again find themselves facing threats that they cannot resist. Because they are at war with these threats and because they are superheroes, they all have various equipment. Hulk's equipment is what we will talk about here. As you know, the Infinity Gauntlet is an equipment above fists and superhuman physical abilities. After being rescued by a mysterious person named Kong, Bruce was convinced by Kong to steal the Infinity Stones. During their battle with the Ultimates, Hulk was called to help, and Hulk used the Infinity Gauntlet to get his hands on the stones.
I hope this works.
Number 4, Spider-Man. Yeah, we were surprised too. We never thought this young man from Queens would be wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos may have destroyed this spider while we were thinking about Spider-Man's relationship with this glove. Still, in the Avenger End Infinity Gauntlet comic book universe, Peter Parker found himself with the powers of the Infinity Stones. Together with Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Mr. Marvel, they engage in an epic battle against Thanos. During this battle, Thanos drops the gauntlet, at which point Parker throws it into a web and puts it on his hand, wishing Thanos never had it. Number 3, Captain America. In the third issue of the New Avengers comic book, Captain America has the opportunity to wear this glove, in this universe, which reminds us Marvel viewers of the moment when the Captain puts on the glove and lifts them. Janairai. Two universes are about to collide. The Illuminati team that comes together to prevent this includes the strongest and smartest superheroes in that universe. In fact, it was with this group that Captain America put the glove on his hand. So much so that when Marvel's Illuminati regroup under the command of Black Panther, they want to fill their lack of spiritual power by recruiting Captain America. Captain America seems like a really good choice for this. Without spoiling the plot, when the two universes are about to collide and their own universe is on the brink of destruction, Captain America puts on the Infinity Gauntlet that the Illuminati team has. Steve used this glove to save the Earth and even the universe. Number 2, the Nebula.
Stop it.
Where?
Thanos destroyed half the universe, and that sounds pretty bad. But can we say he's abused the Infinity Gauntlet as much as Nebula? I'm not so sure. Of course, this takes place in an alternate universe, and she's a beautiful woman. Thanos used the gauntlet against Nebula because he thought she was involved in a crime. In a moment of carelessness on Thanos' part, Nebula fought back and removed the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos' wrist. Nebula wore the gauntlet for a short time during this process. We've already mentioned that Nebula's possession of the Infinity Gauntlet is more dangerous than Thanos. This is because Nebula isn't capable of harnessing the infinite power of the gauntlet. Bonus: Thanos. Yes, almost everyone knows that this glove was actually worn by this evil philosopher. He wore it in the popular comic book Infinity Gauntlet. In this comic book universe, Thanos fights against the Avengers, New Warriors, X-Men, and more. This angry man has become the most powerful being in the universe and has made enemies to match his power. We know, not surprising, after all. It's a character that has become synonymous with the Infinity Gauntlet since Infinity War and Endgame, so it's more than enough for Thanos to make this list.
All right, stop!
Iron Man. Stark, the technological genius, has undoubtedly made other characters more powerful than himself. We know he wears the Infinity Gauntlet in the movie. As epic as this sacrifice may seem, he doesn't only do it in the movie. Apart from the movie, he also wore this glove in the Illuminati series. The Illuminati series includes names like Mr. Professor X, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, including Iron Man. They met secretly for several years, sharing information and strategy, despite their unique characteristics and significant differences in almost every way. Initially, they worked successfully. Iron Man, here as head of the Avengers, brought the team together in a battle. After this battle, Stark, realizing the threats, began to work with the team. Events unfold when they travel to Earth, home of the Skrull Empire, and Stark dons the Infinity Gauntlet in response to the events unfolding there.
What we could accomplish together.
Number 1, Norman Osborn.
Or we could destroy. Cause the death.
Norman Osborn, or the Green Goblin, is an iconic villain. Of course, he existed before, but he introduced himself to the world in the first Spider-Man movie. Norman Osborn wreaked havoc on the environment during the Dark Age without cosmic powers. Imagine if he had an Infinity Gauntlet in his hand during this time. Well, someone must have thought of that, because the first edition of the comic book What If Dark Reign makes mention of IT. IT describes what would happen if Norman had an Infinity Gauntlet. Which names on this list surprised you, and who would you prefer to use this glove in future alternative stories? Feel free to leave a comment, and goodbye.